First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Detroit Lions.
2026 Detroit Lions.
On the Saints sideline, head coach Kellen Moore. His guys ready to get this one going. Across the field on the Lions sideline, Dan Campbell. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Why was their running back celebrating? First game of the season already.
Nice crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Straight ahead running. Here's Love. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Coach don't know what he's doing. That's why I flipped it back to the play I called. Man, what y'all doing out here, man? Chill out, Madden.
So just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Gone. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their
I saw him look over. I saw him look over to the tight end, so I thought he was moving with the tight end. Damn it.
Shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Our trip around the league starts now, and we go to a land down under. Both teams taking long flights to Melbourne, Australia. The 49ers taking on the Rams. And this might take some getting used to. It's the Niners wide receiver, Mike Evans. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Niners get their first win of the year in their 80th season as an NFL franchise. From there, why don't we go out to the space city of Houston? Looking in on the Texans, they're playing host to the Buffalo Bills. And this is Woody Marks. He'll find an opening, and he's gone 20 yards on the touchdown. Lastly, let's check out the impact player from this opening slate of games of 2026, and it's this man. And it's a man picked up late in the process from Philadelphia, A.J. Brown. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Pats do, however, wind up falling in this one. And as night falls on a fantastic first Sunday of football, a look here at the rest of the action on a hectic first day of the NFL's regular season. In the game you're watching, we saw a couple of touchdowns in the first half. 14-0 is the score as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. From the gun on 3rd down, Leonard. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here.
Equanimous. Why didn't you go for the ball?
And that was the position you wanted to be in.
Yo.
Start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going.
Equanimous.
End zone.
What?
Got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Lions offense and Jameer Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something.
Come on, man.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Olave over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Goff now to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On On third down, it's Pacheco. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Here's Goff. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive with Love here. Down the left sideline. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 142 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Leonard. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
They turn to Love on the handoff. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Operating from the gun, Leonard. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on on downs. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Play action. It's gone. And he's going to go down for a fourth time today, and this time the result is a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction. Here's Love again. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Love. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. Now inside the 25. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Not an easy spot here. He'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
3rd and long.
On 3rd down, here's Love. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Williams on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points. This one a victory here for New Orleans. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for New Orleans, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL.
That's how you break in a new game. I need to learn a playbook. I need another playbook altogether, period. Anyway, we rushed for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns on 18 carries. Quarterback was only 8 of 17 for 84 yards. The Lions rushed for 17 yards on 15 carries. Their QB was 12 of 20 for 116 yards. They were 2 for 9 on third, 2 for 3 on fourth. We were 1 for 6 on third, 1 for 2 on fourth. +1 in the turnover margin with the 2 interceptions. I don't know what the hell Equinemius was doing on that touchdown. Like, you don't want to get a touchdown, bro? Who doesn't want to get a touchdown? Everybody wants to get a touchdown. What was you doing, bro? You was selling out for your brother on the Lions. Was that what it was? So, Lions lost 2 fumbles to us and threw us an interception that we returned for a touchdown. Time possession, not much to talk about there. Clean game, no penalties. All right. You see Riley Leonard's numbers there. I only slightly adjusted the players' ratings just to make them competitive enough. Obviously, I ain't make them too competitive. Debut of Jeremiyah Love, 17 carries, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, also from St. Louis and Notre Dame. They both went to Notre Dame, and they both from St. Louis. He had 1 carry for 1 yard. Malachi Fields, 3 catches for 38. Cole Kmet, 2 catches for 39. Equinemius, 2 catches for 18 yards. And then Raridan, 1 catch for 2 yards. I simulated the preseason, and I think they actually cut like 4 of the damn tight ends. Sacks given up. I was rolling out. Pancakes were made. Anyway, on to the defensive side. Drew Tranquill led the team, looks like here, with 6 total tackles. Nope. Wasn't him. Kyle Hamilton and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, 8 total tackles. Owusu-Koramoah with 2 tackles for losses. Drew Tranquill with 3 tackles for losses and a sack. We also got 2.5 sacks from Riley Mills and Chris Smith. This is the only person that I really bumped up because I'm playing this him, so I'm going to bump him up. So Julian, 3 tackles, 2 tackles for losses and a sack. And then Howard Cross. I just ate some chips. My bad, y'all. Howard Cross, 1 tackle for loss, half a sack. I need to go brush my teeth. Chips stuck into my teeth, man. Kyle Hamilton with that interception in the end zone preserved them from scoring a touchdown. And Riley Mills forced a fumble. And it was Foskey that recovered it, didn't he? And then Drew Tranquill recovered a fumble, too. All right, y'all. Appreciate you for tuning in. It's the Irish Saints while we wait for Dev to get put on the game. EA Sports. Y'all slogan used to be, it's in the game. Why Dev ain't in the game?